Well, welcome to the 88 show, and I am going to show you the magic that is necessary to get rid of the Almighty. And it's going to be it's magic versus magic. And we are going to look at this one. This is the symbol of the Islamic star, and it also means magic with a K indirectly. And this is how witchcraft works. It works with numbers, and it works with letters, and it works with symbols. Now, you can see that the word magic with a K equals 44 when you take the alphanumerical position of the letters inside of the alphabet. You will come to a total which is 44, and 44 can be represented by two squares, and therefore I've used this plus the word magic as my 88 show surprise. Did you see what I did there? It's fantastic. But first, we got to get rid of the reason why you're here is to see me get rid of this guy. This is the guy that's problematic for everybody, okay? The whole world is underneath the spell, and they don't understand what I'm talking about. And that's okay. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. As you can see, we have a god here hanging on a cross. But there's a deeper meaning to all this. This has to do with the alphabet. Now, let's start slowly. Okay, as you can see, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet is associated to Aleph, and Aleph is associated to the basic meanings of the word Aleph is God, Creator, as well as Lord. And Lord, behold, guess who's there? The Lord Himself. And the cross here can be found as the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which means obviously the cross, the truth, the perfection, the sign, the ownership, and whatever, the seal. All right, so He had to die for you, and all the story behind it and all the attributes of this nonsense, where He died for your sins, which apparently you were born with because of some apple that was missing inside of a tree, and we know where the apple is. It's inside of the tree of the Kabbalah. This missing Sephiroth is the missing apple. But so all this was a fraud. But before I get any further, the first letter of the alphabet and the last letter of the alphabet, which is the Aleph Tav, can be found in the religious texts. Okay, now he represents this symbol, okay, represents the entire Hebrew alphabet, and that is done through the nails, okay? This first letter of the alphabet is joined to the last letter of the alphabet through the nails. Now, the nails are very important because, lo and behold, the nails are the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And if you take the three nails, 1, 2, 3, that is your 666. And 666 in English gematria equals 600, equals witchcraft. All right, the same way as magic equals 44. So, yeah. Let's take a pause and think about that. All right. So there you go. This is just a representation of the Hebrew alphabet, but it is done in this manner. It is drawn. This is just a symbol. Now, when you look at the first letter and the 22nd letter of the Hebrew alphabet, you are also indirectly bowing down to this, which is the tree of the Kabbalah, and there are 22 paths inside of this tree, and that is your 22. You will find the symbol of the cross all the way up here, and the one here, which is your God, can be found on top here. So the first to the 22nd can be found the first to the 22nd. This is also that. All right, this is that, but that's not this, and that's how witchcraft works. So we can also find the symbol of the Illuminati through his name. But again, if we are familiar with our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s, ABC is also associated to the circle in accordance to the number of angles that the symbol actually has. Like a 4 would have, it would be associated to the square. So the A is associated to the first letter of the alphabet, and 1 is associated to the circle, and the B would be associated to the Vesica Pisces through the number 2 being the second letter of the alphabet, or the crescent moon, and the 3 would be associated to the triangle because it's the third letter of the alphabet. Okay, now how do we get from this to that? Well, we get there through the capital letters of his name, Jesus Christ. The J of Jesus comes from Lamed. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. You see the little fish hook here? That is the 12th letter of the alphabet. Being the 12th letter of the alphabet, that is represented by 1 and 2. And 1 would be your circle, and 2 would be your Vesica Pisces or crescent moon. In this case, it's Vesica Pisces, and the C here is associated to the 3, which is the triangle. So this, his capital letters, are associated to this. Now, the 3 here is also associated to Jesus through some nonsense that has to do with the camel, which is Gimel in the Hebrew alphabet, as you had the spirit is inside the camel through water. The water is the spirit, and the camel travels, and this has to do with Jesus Christ. The spirit travels. So I didn't make this up. This is how they put this whole thing together. And the throat of the camel has to do with the word, because camel has a big throat. Anyways, nonsense, but there you go. As you go along, we will find that this symbol here is also this symbol here through the fact that you have a 1, okay, which is associated to the first letter of the alphabet, and beside it you have 22, which is the last letter of the alphabet. So this is the same as that, and that is the same as this indirectly, because that's how witchcraft works. All right, so yeah, so we got that, we got that, we got that, we got that. All right, so we have, let's go to our father here, which is the first, is the combination of the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet and the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which would give us just the eyeball. All right, and that spells the word father. And it is no coincidence that there are 12 tribes, there's 12 apostles, and there's 12 imams inside of Islam. 12 is a very important number because it has been going through time. It's a one-trick pony, show pony. And we can find it over here where we have the crescent moon and the sun, which is usually a circle. So 1 and 2, which is father. And you can find them here on Baal, where you have the circle 1 and the 2, which is 1 and 2, that makes 12. And you have the horn god here, which came out of the same religious nonsense that came over here. So the horn god, which is the 1 and the 2, also used to write the word occult. Occult. Anyways, all right. And the horn god here, where you have the horn and the god itself, the circle, which is associated to the 1 and the 2. So this is the same thing as that. That's the same thing as this. This is the same thing as that. Now, can you start seeing it? This is that, but that's not this. This is that, but that's not this. And this is that, and that's not this. Okay, so we go all the way. We can find it inside our religious symbols today. It was still around. It was around a long time ago, and you could see it here, and I think it's probably in Islam here. You can find it on some of the statues inside of the religious. What you might call it, I think it's the Catholics, and you can see it here. You have the little moon and the sun. That's your 1 and 2. The 12, which also says father, and the 1 and 2 and the last letter of the alphabet. And you can see it in Egypt, the 1 and the 2. And you can see it here again, the 1 and the 2. And you can see it in our modern day, right here in the eagle, okay? You got your 1, which is the same thing as this, and you're kind of like your moon here in your 2, and you can find it in the dome of the Capitol building where you have your 1 and your 2, you have your moon. You have to move in a certain angle and you'll be able to see it, all right? There you'll see the moon, and you see it in, I think it's St. Peter's Church, the same nonsense, the 1, the sun, and the moon. So there you go. You see the 1 and the moon. All right, so our Father is hiding inside of these symbols. Yep. I don't know, can you find him? Well, angles are angels, which is an anagram, and you will find that God speaks in numbers. I didn't make this up. This is the Kabbalists that make this up. So you can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. He's right there. Your Father is hidden in this symbol. And it's the same thing over here. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. There's your Father. He's right there. and you will find him also here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 angles and 11, 12. So the Father, okay, which is the first letter and the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet combined together, can be found in every one of these symbols. All right. And in this symbol, you have the word magic, and you also have witchcraft, okay, hidden inside the symbol. So that's about it. Is there anything else I have to say? I don't think so. So the whole thing starts with this nonsense, and then it morphs into all of this. And the last thing you need to know is this is the Aleph Bet. It's a phonetic duality for the alphabet. And that's why the Father is the Son and the Son is the Father, because he is the first letter and the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet represented in this symbol, and the Father is the Aleph Bet, the phonetic duality for alphabet. So there you go, an absolute crap show full of BS. And we live in a world that we are under spells, and all the spells, okay, cause people to do some nonsense toward each other, and it's just ideology created out of the alphabet. Okay, so let's snap out of it. So that's how you get rid of God, all right, because he's the alphabet. See ya.